Hello, everyone. I know I look like Boo Boo the Fool, probably, but I really don't give a damn. I have no dams to give. I have no fucks to give either, so I don't really care how I look on the camera. It's me, the fabulous Leo Brown. I know I haven't been on here in quite a minute, and I'm probably looking all swollen. Anyway, anywho, I actually came on here to talk about the atrocities that went on this past weekend in Virginia, in Charlottesville. I felt the need to talk about this because it needs to be talked about. I think, like I've often said, if you can talk about, the Love and Hip Hop franchises and the Housewives and Andy Cohen and all that bullshit, then you can talk about this too. You can do both. Um, okay. So anyway, wanted to talk about it. First of all, I hope all of you are doing very, very well, despite what's going on. And for those of you who live in the Charlottesville, Virginia area, who are against this type of hatred, my heart goes out to you. It really does, because I know not everyone feels this way. I just have something to say regarding this whole thing. First of all, um, my thoughts and prayers and condolences to Sister Heather, to the woman that passed away, fighting against injustice, and also to the two policemen as well, to all the people that were attacked, really. Now, um, how do I say this? Because honey, trust me, I read my comments. There have been racist people in my comments too. To the racist people, to the white nationalists, and first of all, let's start there. First of all, I'm not calling you that because I'm calling you what you are. You're a fucking racist. You're a white supremacist. And let's be real, racism exists on every side of the coin. Okay? I've met black racists too. I've met Latino racists too. I've met Asian racists too that don't like their own race. I've met them all. So we're not going to go there. But in this case, you were, it was white supremacy in full effect, plain and simple. And people are, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. I can't believe this happened in our country. Honey, this country has never been great. Okay? This country was never great when the Spanish and the Portuguese got over here, along with the Puritans and the British, and they slaughtered all the Native Americans. Well, most of them. Thankfully, some of them are still living. But I mean, let's look at Standing Rock. That's still going on. Okay? So supremacy has always been an issue. Um, but I'm gonna call you what you are. You're fucking racist, and there's nothing pure about you. None of us are 100% pure. You know what I mean? I'm mostly sub-Saharan African, but I'm not all the way. I have a lot, you know, mixed heritage in me, and I'm proud of that. So, let's call the truth here. Let's call a thing a thing. This was hatred. This was anger. This was fear. This was sadness. And I'm happy that the people who marched with tiki torches, no less, are now being called out and you're losing your job. I'm happy that you are, because you need to be. Now, the one good thing about this is that this is no longer hidden. That coworker that you think might be racist towards you is right there in plain sight. That, relative, that friend that you think is liberal and cares about your feelings, and they quick to say Black Lives Matter, but when it comes to something like this, they're silent. They don't know what to say. Or, you're quick to put up a rainbow filter, you know, but because you're not black, or you're not brown, or you're not Asian, or you're not, of another minority aside from the LGBT community, you know, it doesn't matter to you. Or if you're one of those gays who, well, I don't date black men, or I don't date Latinos, no rice, no beans, no greens, you know? So, yeah, this affects you too. So you're not exempt, okay? And I give not one fuck tonight. I'm just being honest. Because this was shameful. And I'm very, very shameful at our so-called leader. I use the term very loosely. Because number 45 didn't do shit. If it takes you 2 days to condemn a group of people where there were cops, there were people there, but they did nothing to stop this from going on, and you did nothing for 2 whole days, and even when you were challenged to call them out, call a thing, what did you do? You said not one word. You didn't condemn them. You didn't say, well, we have to stop this. It took people, it took the governor of Virginia, who I also believe was forced, because he mentioned in his speech, the great, people, the founding fathers, George Washington and Thomas Jefferson, who were also slave owners. But, I digress in that. You mentioned them, and how you don't want the races in the Commonwealth. Well, okay, but you knew this was coming. You had some inkling. You had to have known. But because this comes to your door, and now it's a big deal, and it's gotten not only national but international coverage, you now want to come out and say something. Okay, fuck you and the horses that rode you in. I'm just saying. And as far as our leadership or leader is concerned, you are a child, you are a brat. You have no clue of what you're doing. I did not vote for you. You are not a leader of my country at all. And I'm not saying that the former leader that we had was perfect by any means. He was not. And neither was the former one before him or the one before him. No, no one is perfect, including myself. But what I will say is this. As a leader, you are supposed to call things out. And he did not do that. When he was asked by reporters, would you say that these people are white supremacists? What would you say? Would you say that they're white nationalists? He claimed that it was fake news. Okay. That's the diplomatic way to handle things. And then we wonder why we're like 2 inches away from a nuclear war. That's something I want to say. So many other people that I know, and I won't mention names, but so many of the people I know, you're quick to call out the whole, let's bomb North Korea. Let's get North Korea. Let's do that. The Koreans. But you don't want to call out, you don't want to call out this shit. You don't want to call out what has happened in Charlottesville. Because here's the thing. When you say nothing, you tell me everything. And I don't care if you're black, white, red, blue, yellow, green, polka dot. When you say nothing to a tragedy and a travesty such as this, you tell me everything about you. And I would never look at you the same. Seriously. Because if you can't sit up here, and I don't care, because people are like, well, social media isn't enough. Okay, here's the thing about that. Social media is a start. That's better than doing nothing or saying nothing at all. I mean, hashtags do work. Look at Black Lives Matter. Look at boycott Uber. Look at look at Feel the Burn. Okay? Look at those things. They do matter, along with action. You have to start somewhere. And for someone like me, who definitely wants to be an activist and an advocate for civil human rights. Okay? It's not about black rights or gay rights or, for me, it's about human rights. It's about common fucking sense. Now, because I've been thinking about that lately, I don't consider myself, I vote liberal, I will say that, but I don't consider myself a liberal or a Democrat, really. I vote that, but I vote common fucking sense. Case in point, the trans ban. Why would I ban people because of the gender? Because of their gender identity. Why would I ban them from serving in the military? If that's what you want to do, Who am I to say no? I can't serve with my being disabled. I can't serve in the military, so why would I ban you from doing what you want to do? That's not fair. You see? That's common sense. And also, I'm jumping around, so forgive me. But also, people now are like, well, you know, because you now have certain, and I'm just gonna be honest, you got white people. Well, I'm one of the good people. Okay, if you're one of the good people, you don't have to say you're one of the good people. You just are. You don't have to tell me that you're one of the good white people. Because that goes along the lines of my best friend is black, or some of my friends are black, or my husband is Latino, or I've read the Quran. That's the same logic. You're no better than those people that we're protesting against. You're no better. And no one is attacking you. And also, motherfucker, quit making this about you. Because it's not about you. Look at it in this sense. Think of it if you were a mom or a father and you lost your child. And you're at the funeral, the mother and father, they're grieving, but you go into the funeral and you're like, oh, I'm so sorry you lost Tony. But I felt the same way when my dog Pepper died. Why are you making it about you? We're not talking about Pepper. We give up about Pepper and your dog. We don't, not that we don't care, but at this moment, give us a moment to grieve. Give us a moment to be angry. Give us a moment to be upset. Now, mind you, we will come around and we will hopefully come to you and educate you. But at the same time, you need to educate yourself. That's one thing that people of color, and when I say people of color, I mean black, brown, Asian, Middle Eastern. I mean everyone. I don't mean just black people, okay? That's one thing that we are tired of. We're not here to educate you. Pick up a fucking book. Ask the right damn questions, okay? Don't just base it on subcultural stereotype, please. Because not all black people live in the hood. Not all black people like collard greens. Not all black people like chitlins. I don't. I can't stand those nasty bastards. I don't eat that shit. Not all black people know how to do the electric slide. Not all black folks can dance. Tony Braxton, Whitney Houston. You know what I mean? Not all black people have rhythm. Donna Summer. Okay? Not all black people can sing. Rihanna. I'm just saying. So stop. Even though I know Rihanna's Beijing, but she's part of the African diaspora, so deal with it. Anywho, but I'm just saying, like, don't put us all in one lump. That's like me saying all white men have small penises. That's not true. We know that. Or that's like me saying all white girls are flat chested and have no butt. That's not true. Okay? So you don't like it when I subculture you, so don't subculture me. It's the same thing. So the trick is educate yourself. Learn about history. Learn the truth. And that's on every side of the coin. Learn the truth about what's going on. Not just in your own backyard, but in other person's too. And then when you do that, ask the right questions. And acknowledge race. Acknowledge it. Acknowledge like, you white. Okay. You're a white person. All right. Well, why do white people do this? Why do white people have a superiority complex? Because some white people do. Trust me. All right. Why do, and then the white person can say, well, the blacks I've met, here's what I've noticed. Is this true with all of you? And of course, we can say yes or no. It depends on the person. It differs from person to person. It's a subcultural difference. That's like saying all gay people are feminine. We're not. Or all feminine gay men are bottoms. We're not. Or all quote unquote masculine gay men are big dick tops. They're not. Okay? So stop saying that. So we have to start somewhere. And I think social media awareness, that's the best place to start. With me, because of my disability, I'm not on the front lines. Excuse me. I would love to be. I would love to be out there marching and protesting along with those people. But unfortunately, because of my disability, I can't get involved. But what I can do is post something that can go viral, that can inspire dialogue and discussion. Okay, civil discussion. Not this, oh, well, that's their right to protest. No, we're not protesting that evil bullshit. Not today. And that's the thing. I think, in a sense, this was a good thing. Now, granted, I'm not saying that what they did was right, because it wasn't. It was wrong as fuck. But what I'm saying is, now we know what you look like. Now we know who you are. Now we know what to watch for. Because you're no longer in hiding anymore. That's a good thing. This needs to be uncovered, because how else are we going to deal and heal through this mess? And when it comes to, the conservative blacks, look, Omarosa and Paris, Denard, or whatever the fuck your name is, kiss my ass, please. Kiss all of my natural ass, every part of it, okay? Except for the good part. You can't kiss the good part. That's for somebody else. But please, because you taking up for Trump, excuse me, I didn't want to utter that man's name, you taking up for 45 does not help the situation. It makes it worse. But I don't fault you completely, because you've just been on the plantation for too long. And also you think, well, if I stick with this, I'll get a seat at the table. But you're not alone, because there are many other black people that feel the same way you do. Many others. We got Silk and Diamond. We got RuPaul in there. Yes, I'm calling him out too, because he's another one. Oh, it's about our egos, and bitch, it's not the time for that. Okay, I understand what you're trying to say, but fuck off. But you've been, tap dancing for the quote unquote man and masses since 1992. So, whatever. Just saying. And though I thank you for introducing drag to the suburban kids of the United States of America, I don't appreciate that you stole it and appropriated it for your own benefit. But that's a whole nother show. So that's all I wanted to say on that. This was me, the Fabulously Around. I just wanted to talk about it and get my thoughts on it. Leave your thoughts below. Keep them respectful. Keep them civil, please. What do you think about this? Do you think that 45 was in the right? That it took him 2 days, to even make a comment about this, to even condemn what happened, the actions of these people? What do you think? What do you think is going to happen next? So leave your comments below, and until next time, I will talk to you soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I'll see you later. All right? Bye-bye.